It's all about that warfare, boy. Back up. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take ground. Now this ain't no movement, this a takedown. We will not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. You got a problem, tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas ain't polite. Soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man body. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom when the hour plays. You can either get with it or get flipped like an hourglass. We live by honor and no excuse. Just sit the prayer up to the Lord. I told him to let all the terrorists loose. Hold your tongue or get rebuked, cause you made a truce. With a race to make merchandise, how to buy bills. Scared of who? You got your gun, then pull it. Me and my niggas start to argue, it's about who gon' bite the bullet. It gon' take ground. Opponents better move slow. Attack dog for this truth, nigga. Cool zone. Go to grip. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give grip. Back up. Give grip. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Oh, thought you could cross us with no consequence, but you will pay dearly. You should've used your common sense. My zeal lit, that means you could never prevail. Hey, with a true sit, hey, with warriors dwell. Be wise with the weapons, cause I promise. My nine just like my wife, she concealed, she modest. I know 2 things, a robber will not prosper. And any man harm me and my aunt gon' meet the doc. Cause this life is warfare, it's not an easy walk. Been watching my people die so you can miss me with that love talk. My UPK soldiers, any man try to cross your path, make him regret it. What that means? Fall on his age. Comparing me to you really ain't no contest. Lonely one west. Say what? Lonely one west. This for those who thinking we ain't ready for. Tell them back up. I'm about to drop something heavy for. Go to grip. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give grip. Back up. Give grip. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down, boy.
All right, shalom. All right. We back in the building. All right, we back in the building. 1 second. Shoot. So lock me 1 second. Let me get myself together. All right, shalom. We're back in the building. Isupk, Florida, okay? 1628 Avenue E, Riviera Beach. Okay, this is the Friday night Lashawan Qadash class. Okay, we come in here and we teach and learn the Hebrew, okay? How to read, write, all that, okay? So this is the Isupk, start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're under Commanding General Yohana. We're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group, okay? And like I said, this is the Isupk Lashawan Qadash. Okay, I got Officer Sharatazat in the building. Okay, ready to rock it out. Anything going on in the chat, Sharatazat?
Let me check it out.
Hold on. Let's see. Rock it out. Anything going on?
We got Chance Zimmerman. Shalom Yahba, Shalom Yahba.
Okay, Chance, my man, live in the building with us, okay? Always as usual, brother coming in strong, okay, trying to get this truth, trying to take back his heritage, trying to get back what the Lord gave us, okay? So big ups to that brother for, you know what I mean, coming in strong, Most High in Christ. Okay, in case you didn't know, we broke ground in West Palm Beach. We've been going to camp. Okay, on Fridays, okay, we start camp around 10 a.m. And we rock it out to, you know, whenever. So we did that today. Had a good camp. Okay, we rocking out camp at Quadrille and Banyan. Okay, at the corner of Quadrille and Banyan, West Palm Beach. Okay, tomorrow we'll be doing camp also. Couple of blocks over, okay, we'll be on Clematis and Dixie, okay? So we're getting it in, trying to wake up Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, trying to grow this truth, okay? So we've been at work, myself, Officer Sharatazat, Captain Shawar Ya'ala, Officer Itazal. We got a couple of troopers rocking it out with us, Trooper Gabawar, Trooper Qadash, Trooper Razan. Okay, we got an officer coming down from up north, rocking it out with us every week. Officer Thamayan. Okay, so we've been getting it in, trying to wake up Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So it extends, it goes from the streets to the classroom, okay? So we live in the building, we're about to get into it. It's Lashawan Qadash. If anybody want to jump in live with us, go ahead and hit the link, okay? Got any questions, go ahead and type them in. Try to be specific so we can, you know what I mean, understand what you're asking and, you know, try to answer the question, okay? Anything else going on in the chat, Sharatazat?
Salak, yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Your headpiece is crooked.
Hold on, I can't hardly hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe if I could turn it up on this end. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there it is. I turned it up. Go ahead.
I was saying your headpiece, sir, is crooked.
Oh, I'm not right?
Yes.
Which way I gotta go? Let's see.
The shield is all the way to the right.
All right, hold on 1 second. All right. There we go. Wow.
What's going on, Chance? Jump in with us, man. Jump in with us, Chance, if you can. You know what I mean? Come on live with us.
All right, we're back in the building. Like I said, we missed. Okay, we had to stand down on class last week. That was our first week busting, breaking ground. Okay, so we had a long day last Friday. I was given the order to stand down, but you know what I mean. We just got to work it until, you know what I mean, working into the schedule now, you know what I mean. We do camp Friday morning, come do class Friday night, do the Sabbath service Saturday morning, go to camp again. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be at camp. Like I said, at the corner of Clematis and Dixie and West Palm Beach. Okay, it's like pretty much right in front of the city of West Palm Beach Library. Okay, so we'll be getting it in tomorrow out there from like 12 until. Okay, we'll see what's good out there tomorrow. Okay, so again, any questions, anything like that, go ahead and write them in the chat. Try to be specific so we can try to answer the question for you. Okay, so the Hebrew, Lashawan Qadash, the holy tongue of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the language that our power gave us, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We were forced to to learn another language, okay? In this current captivity that we're in, okay, we were put into physical slavery, okay, and we were forced to learn another language, okay? We didn't know, this language that I'm speaking right now. My forefathers generations ago had no idea of what this language was. My brothers and sisters of the Hispanic, the Hispanic end of the 12 tribes, they, like that language was forced onto them. That's not their original tongue. The Native Indians, forget about it. You know what I mean? Everybody knows that this language was forced on them. Like they're the synonymous end of what happened to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay, it's right in the front with them. But with us, it's kind of, oh no, what are they trying to rewrite history? You guys came over here as what was it? Migrants trying to find work or something. They're trying to change the narrative of what happened to what happened to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Our true, history. Okay, they're trying to change it up just so the white man is the devil. So he's trying to change it up to keep us asleep just a little bit longer. You know what I mean? So he can keep his foot on our neck just a little bit longer. But like I said, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, men in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we go out and we fight against that, okay? We tell Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians the truth about the Bible and the truth about who they are and try to wake them up out of their slumber, okay? Try to wake them up out of the dream that they're in, the American dream. I was talking to a brother today, and it's like, it's crazy how, you see Hispanics, Haitians, Jamaicans, all these other tribes that come over from where they're at right now, and they come to America and they try to be the best American that they can be, and they forget about their brothers and sisters where they came from. How do you come, from, like, let's say you came from Guatemala or something like that, and all you want to do is live like the white man and serve him and his gods and just totally forget about where you came from, the poverty that your people over there going through. You know what I mean? That's just selfish. It's very selfish. And that's, a big part of the problem with our community. We're very selfish people. We only think about what affects us, what makes us happy as an individual. We don't look at, the big picture that, Black people, we're always going to be, Hispanic people, the 12 tribes, we're always going to be in this position unless we fight together and love more than just ourselves. But I have to love the Mexicans, so-called Mexicans, and what they're going through. I can't just sit back and watch what they're going through. Okay, I can't sit back and watch what the Native Indians are going through, or the Puerto Ricans, or the Cubans, or the Haitians, or the so-called Dominicans. I can't just sit back and watch what's they're going through and pretend like it doesn't affect me, because as long as they're going through that, I'll be going through that. Okay, we went into, when Moses brought us out of Egypt, we went into rulership together. Okay, and he told us, when the Most High gave us the rulership, Moses told us, listen, okay, you can go into this rulership, go around the back. 1 second, Slack. I'm live, so. Okay, so like I was saying, I got a couple brothers just joined me because, like I said, we broke ground last week and we went out to camp this week. So we did that this morning and we're back in the building. You know what I mean? I got Officer Thamayan in the building. Okay, Officer Itazar. Okay, so like I said, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, all we're doing is trying to wake up the men in the ISUPK were trying to wake up our brothers and sisters and bring them back into the knowledge of who they are, their heritage and all that, everything that the Lord gave us, okay? Let me know what's going on in the chat, if you would. Itazab, I got Shiratazab already kind of watching it. So so the big thing is, like I said, Friday is, as scheduled, we get into this Hebrew, our language, okay? She can come in if that's your rib. Just lock the door, if you would, sir. Okay. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. What we normally do. Like I said, if anybody in the class want to jump in live, go ahead and hit the link, okay? And we can go ahead and rock it out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and recite all the characters that are in the Hebrew language, okay? And that's just how we get it started. Like, it's a refresher. Maybe somebody in the class is new, okay? Listen, maybe you are well beyond just learning the sounds and characters, okay? But we're gonna go ahead and go through it. I'm gonna recite all the characters and sounds that are associated with the characters, okay? And then Officer Shiratazak will go ahead and do it himself. And we'll have Itazab also do it, okay, to show Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in the class the proper way to say these sounds, and you'll get used to, okay, the images, the characters that go along with the sounds, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna recite the characters, okay? There's 22 characters in the Hebrew language, okay, and these characters all have sounds. And this is how we create words, okay? It's just like the oppressor's language. He has what he calls the alphabet. We have characters, and those characters have sounds. We put those characters and sounds together, and we make words, okay? This is how we communicate. This is what Adam, Adam, being our forefather, he came up with this language, and it's been in the earth since. It belongs to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, God-chosen people, okay? So the characters go like this, okay? Ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, kwa, ra, sha, and tha, okay? Like we always say in this class, from the ah to the tha, okay? Those are the 22 characters that are associated with the Hebrew language. So if you would, Shiratazak, go ahead and recite the characters, and then I'll have Itazab come up and do the same thing, if you would.
Khan. You can hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. So it reads, ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, kwa, ra, sha, tha.
Right. Okay. Those are the 22 characters that are in the Hebrew language. So if you're new to the class, okay, what you want to do, okay, here's the chart right here. I'm going to have Itazab come up. Once he clean his fingers off, he's over here getting down. Okay, like I said, so what we do in this brotherhood that we have obtained in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, for the most part, we try to become tight brothers and sisters in the school. So we go out to camp, okay, and we raise up our nation together, and then we will go out and we'll maybe get us something to eat, something to drink, we'll kick it, okay, and just build that bond between Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and brothers and sisters in this school. Okay, so I'm gonna have Isupk come in, and I want you, if you would, just point at the characters as you're saying the sounds and give them a better idea of what we're looking at.
All right. Okay. All right. Shalom. On Christ. All right. So, if I may,
Go ahead.
we got the ancient Hebrew,
Right.
known as the Paleo Hebrew, and we have the Assyrian Hebrew, or the ancient Hebrew, the Assyrian Hebrew, which was, we learned that in our captivity, right?
Right.
So we had Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha, Ta, Ya, Kha. And now the Kha has two different characters. This one in the Assyrian, this one you use if it's at the beginning or in the middle of the word. This one you use only at the end of the word. Right? Use these letters if letters above fall at the end of the word. All right? So that's the K. La. Ma. Same thing with the ma. Na. Same thing with the na. Sa. I. Pa. Same thing with the pa. Taza. Same thing with the taza. Qua. Ra. Sha, yes. Tha. And those are all the characters in the Hebrew.
Okay, Most High in Christ, the water for that. Okay. And as the brother's going through it and he's breaking it down and he's showing you, okay, as if you're using, because today we don't have a lot of material that is based off of this to read, that is based off the ancient Hebrew, okay? Like even when we come in tomorrow and reread the Tanakh, okay, it's basically going to be written in this Assyrian, okay, which was made by in our captivity, okay. The oppressors over us that time, he kind of changed up, the language. So just being in that captivity, we had to learn the difference, okay, a different way of dealing with our language. But, in this truth, we're going to come back and take back what the Most High gave us. But we're also going to be able to read both translations, okay, of that Hebrew, like I said, because today a lot of the information that we have to read off of is written in this Assyrian, okay? So if anybody in the class does not have, okay, this chart, okay, just put it in the chat, okay? Put your email and we'll get it out to you, okay? Salaki, sir, anything you want to go? Okay, most time.
Good job.
Nah, no sweat, sir. Okay, so like I said, any questions or anything like that, go ahead and put it in the chat, okay, and we'll try to answer your questions. Okay, we'll try to be specific on your questions, okay?
Like your word, if I may.
Go ahead, yes, sir.
Have you ever brought up the scripture about Joshua and Yahweh having the same name?
La, sir.
You never brought it up?
Nah, La. Yeah, yeah.
The scripture?
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, like, so I know in the they had the same name in the but that like that happened, you know what I mean, with other names too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know the scripture in the New Testament that shows
That talks about them having the same name?
Yeah.
La, sir. I'm not off the top of my head.
Go ahead.
Okay, come. Okay. Anything going on in the chat?
Not yet.
Okay, Most High in Christ.
I put it
Okay.
in the comment.
Come on, sir.
What you got?
We got the sister that just jumped in, Shayara.
Okay.
Said Shalom Yahashim Bashim Yahushai. That's about it. Chance say he's gonna jump in with us as soon as he get a chance to in a few minutes.
Okay, no sweat. Okay, so what we'll do, okay, there's anything you want to bring out, Shawatazak?
Oh, so not right now.
Okay, how about you, Atazak?
Come on, sir. The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Yeah, right.
Christ, Most High Christ.
That's right.
Most High
Hey,
Christ.
well, what I have to bring out, you do it from right there. You go to Acts chapter 7, verse 45.
Acts chapter 7, verse 45.
This was what it kind of like showed you that Christ and Yahweh, Christ and Joshua had the same name.
Okay. Acts chapter 7, verse 45. You want me to read it, sir?
Go ahead, Lord.
Oh, okay. This is the book of Acts, chapter 7, and verse 45. Which also our fathers that came after brought in with Yahushua, Jesus, Salakia, into the...
You live in the top again.
Okay, Khan. Which also our fathers, Acts chapter 7, verse 45, which also our fathers that came after brought in with Jesus into the possession of the Gentiles, whom God drave out before the face of our fathers.
Okay. Now you know Christ ain't driving nobody out of the land.
Right.
You might even start with 44 so everybody know.
Okay.
They're talking about Moses when he went to the land of the Canaanites. Joshua.
Right.
Start with 44.
I don't see his name in verse 44.
You're not gonna see his name.
Okay. That's not in verse 44.
Just read verse 44.
Okay, come on. Acts chapter 7, verse 44. Our fathers had the tabernacle of witnesses in the wilderness.
Now you know where we was at.
Right.
We got free from Egypt.
Right.
In the wilderness.
Right.
All right. Go ahead.
Come.
What, 40 years?
Come.
Go ahead.
Come. Our fathers had the tabernacle of witness in the wilderness, as he had appointed, speaking unto Moses, that he should make it according to the fashion that he had seen. Verse 45, which also our fathers that came after brought in Jesus into the possession of the Gentiles.
When was Jesus with Moses?
Okay, Con. I see
It
it
wasn't
now.
Jesus, it was Joshua.
Con, I see it now. I got you.
Yeah, so, all right.
Con. Whom God drave out before the face of our fathers.
And also, if you go to the Hebrew, you'll see it as well. So that's how you know Christ. That's how you prove with scripture that Christ and Joshua had the same name.
Con. Whom God drave out before the face of our fathers until the days of David. Yeah, Most High Christ.
Hey, it got even deep into it, huh?
So that definitely lets you know, you know what I mean? That definitely lets you know that that's definitely showing that, Yahushua, ignorantly called Jesus, and Joshua had the same name. Okay.
What does it say there? It says Jesus?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This thing blurry. I'm trying to get the focus.
Okay. So if there's any questions, go ahead and write them in the chat. If be specific as possible. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get into some words. Okay. We're going to get into some words and translate them from the English to the Hebrew. Okay. So we can start getting a vocabulary together on, understanding this language and being able to read it and, know how to speak it. Okay. So, okay, let me go ahead and pull up the chart, and we'll get into some words, okay? Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select some words. But if anybody in the class want a translation on a specific word, okay, go ahead and type it in, and we'll see if we can go ahead and get that for you. Okay. Okay, let's see. All right. I know today, okay, or yesterday, I had a brother hit me, okay, and he was looking for a specific name, okay? So he wanted a name that would be associated with a group of words, okay? He wanted a word that meant, and this is how we give, names in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We will take we'll take the meaning of something, okay? Let's say strong palm, okay? We'll find the word that means a strong palm, and we'll give that name to a brother, okay? Let's say we try to find a word or a set of words that means like a sister is a good nurturer, okay? We'll go ahead and we'll find that and give the word that, that single word that means, like she's a nurturer, okay? And we'll give, that sister that name, if it fits her spirit, okay? So, but part of, me looking for that name, okay, that we were looking for, okay, part of, I kind of went into like the word love, you know what I mean? And I don't think a lot of brothers know the Hebrew word for love, you know what I mean? So I wanted to bring that out first and go ahead and give that to you so you can, have that in your vocabulary as far as the Hebrew, okay? But I may have jumped ahead of myself. So what I would like to do is go ahead and write these characters on the board, the 22 characters that are associated with the Hebrew language, okay? Just, to go through it, in case somebody, is new in the class, okay? I like to give you all the information that you need, lay it out on the board and show you what it is, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put the characters up on the board, go through them, and show you, you know what I mean, how to write them, how to say them, and also, like Officer Itazal was bringing out, if you use certain characters, okay, in the Assyrian, if that character ends like at the end of the word, you'll have to use a different character, okay? But if it's at the beginning or in the middle of the word, you go ahead and use the original character, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start. Okay, so the first character that we have in the Hebrew language is the ah, okay? And remember, the Hebrew is written and read, okay, from right to left. It's not like your oppressor's language, okay, here in America where you go from left to right, okay? So it can, get a little confusing in the beginning, but you just have to stick with it, okay? And practice make perfect, you know what I mean? Just do it, over the week, spend a little time, studying and trying it, and you'll get used to it, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put the characters up along with the sound and show, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians what this language looks like, okay? I'm gonna write the ancient and the Assyrian, okay? And we'll go through the 22 characters, and then we'll get into some words and, possibly show how, like some of these words we'll have to use a different symbol if it lands at the end of the word, okay? And this class should help you, okay, especially if you want to get into the class with us in the Sabbath service, okay, because that's what we do. This is part of coming into the Sabbath service on Saturday morning and reading the Hebrew, okay? So if you come into this class and you study and you follow along, as we are reading it in the Assyrian tomorrow, you'll be better equipped to follow along with us, okay? Okay, so the first sound in the Hebrew language is the ah, okay, ah. Okay, and that the symbol, okay, in the ancient is this, okay, the ah, okay. In the Assyrian, which I'm going to put below that, okay, the Assyrian symbol for the ah is going to look like this, okay. So that's your ah. The next sound is the ba. Okay. The ba is going to look like this. Okay. That's your ba. In the Assyrian, it'll look like this. Okay. That's your ba. Then you have the ga. Okay. The ga, which will look like that. Okay. That's your ga in the Hebrew, the ancient. Okay. In the Assyrian, your ga is going to look like this. Okay. That's your ga. Okay. Then you have the da. The da. Okay. Da. That's your symbol for da. Okay. In the Assyrian, it'll look like this. Okay. That's your da. Then you have the ha. Okay. Ha. Ha. Okay. The ancient, your ha will look like that. That's your ha. Okay. In the Assyrian, it'll look like this. Okay. That's the ha. Okay. Then we have the wa. Wa. The wa sound. Wa. Okay. In the Hebrew, the ancient, your wa symbol will look like that. That's your wa. Okay. In the Assyrian, it'll look like that. Okay. That's your wa sound. Okay. Then we have the za. Za. We have the za sound. Okay. This is the easiest. I think this is the easiest one of them all to remember. Okay. Because it actually looks like, what we are used to. Yeah. You know what I mean? The za. That's probably the easiest one, of them all. Okay. Yes, sir.
Have you ever talked with Adelaide seen?
How he made the symbols? Yeah,
Yeah.
we've done that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a whole class. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
today I'm just gonna go ahead and put the symbols and sounds up. I like to do that just to give the people an illustration. They can see it.
Yeah.
See me writing it, see me saying it, and you know what I mean. It becomes it's more of their study time.
And it's real good to do that because we have new people that come online.
Right.
You know what you're talking about.
Right.
And a lot of times when people go too deep, people are like, what the hell are you talking
Right,
about?
right. So I always try to keep it, like I build them up from the ground up. Okay, this is where we're at. This is the basic. Okay, and if you are, advanced, well, don't worry, it's on the way. We've done a lot of stuff like, showing how we can put, certain symbols and sounds in the front of a word, and it changes it in the back or in the middle. We covered pretty much all of that, but I still like to, in the beginning of the class, give them the basic, okay? So this is the za, okay? This is the za symbol for the za sound. In the ancient and the Assyrian, the za will look like this, okay? That's your za, okay? And then we have the ka sound. All right, you need something. Yeah. All right. Okay. Just lock the door. You want to make sure you hit the bottom lock. What? Okay. Okay. Then we have the ka sound. Okay. This is the strongest. Okay. This is the strongest sound, and the most distinctive sound in the Hebrew. Okay. Okay. All the other sounds are ba, ba, da, ga, ka, but when it comes to the ka, and this is one of the couple of characters that have more than one, letter in it. Let's say letters, okay, that build this sound, okay, the ka sound, okay. So when you see this symbol, the sound is ka, okay, it's not ka. Okay, it's not like all the other ones, ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za. When you get to this one, it's ka. Okay, it's a strong. You're gonna have a little spit coming out. Okay, so and you'll get used to, when you see that symbol and it's part of a word, it's that sound is distinctive. Okay, it's not just a ka, because there is another ka in this language, but this is the ka. Okay. So this is the symbol for the ka, and the symbol for the ka in the ancient or the Assyrian, okay, is going to look like this. Okay, that's the ka. Okay, okay. Then we have the ta sound, the ta. Okay, ta, ta. Okay, that's the symbol in the ancient for the ta sound, okay? In the Assyrian, it's gonna look like babide, okay? Let's see. You. Right. Okay. That's your ta sound, okay? Ta. That's the ta. Okay. Next we have the ya. Ya. Okay.
I think the ya is the most famous.
The most used.
Yeah. Most notorious of them all.
Ya and the ha. I think the ha might have the ya B or the wa. You got the wa, the ya, and the ha. Those are the three most used, I think. Because that ha is everywhere.
I'm talking about like the people that don't know.
Oh, okay.
The people that don't know the Hebrew,
Right.
they're more familiar with that ya.
Oh, okay. The ya is the easiest one to learn.
They even try to call it the most high ya.
I got you. I got you, sir. Most high Christ. Yeah. Hey, but listen, that's part of the job of the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge is we will correct our brother. Okay. Right. What's that word for correct? Rebuke. Okay. Right. Rebuke is not a bad word. It sounds like it. You can't rebuke me. All I'm doing is correcting you, brother. All I'm doing is helping you. Okay. So we rebuke our brothers. We teach them. We show them. Just like last week, we was out at camp, right? And the brother came up. What did he say to us? He didn't say shalom. He said
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom, brother. We correct him. Shalom. You know what I mean? And we didn't have to go into anything, but we showed him this is how we say it. This is how we say it. It's not shalom. Who says shalom? Our oppressor. Okay. And we're so about himself. We're so used to, following our oppressor in everything. And that's, the biggest thing that we teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You don't have to change your spirit to be like the oppressor. You don't have to walk like him. You don't have to talk like him. You don't have to dress like him, okay? We have our own culture. We have our own heritage, and that's what this school is all about. Teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they are in the earth, okay? We don't have to follow other cultures and speak like them and do the things that they do, okay? We have laws, statutes, and commandments. We have statutes, like I was saying, things to teach Blacks how they should be and how they're supposed to operate in the earth, okay? And it's separate from the oppressor's law, statutes, and commandments, because he have his own set of rules. We got our own set of rules. We have our own language. We have our own food. Okay, we have our own culture. Okay, and this language is part of that culture. Okay.
We got some, so we got some people in the chat.
What you got?
We got some people in the chat. We got Louis Medina. Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Barakatah. Barakathum, young man checking in from Honduras.
Most High Christ.
That's a new one. We got Sawap Shemaiwan. I don't know who that is. Sawap. He said Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Okay.
So Most High in Christ, man. We got a brother from Honduras, man, watching this, man.
All right, Most High in Christ. Shalom, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Barakatah to you brothers. Okay. If you're new to the class, okay, just feel free to jump in the chat if you got a question or anything like that. If you need some learning materials, okay, you need this chart or anything like that, just go ahead and ask the question in the chat, okay, and we'll try to get that information to you. We'll try to answer any questions you might have, but right now I'm just going through the basics, okay, of the Hebrew language, okay, giving you the sounds and the symbols that makes up our language, okay. So there's 22 sounds and characters that you have to deal with when learning the Hebrew language, when reading it and when writing it, okay? And we're pretty much in the middle of, going through these sounds and characters, okay? So I'm just going to continue, okay? For some reason, it looks like my camera is crooked. Let me know if you're having trouble seeing the board or anything like that, just go ahead and write it in the chat and we'll try to get it right, okay?
We can see the board.
Okay.
It's just the chart, alphabet chart.
Okay, yeah, I have to do that because you know what I mean. Like I can't put the whole board and also the chart. It looks like. Let me see.
Sir. We got Salagi, sir. We got this is Trooper Sawap checking in from Albany, New York, and Quataza, 144,000. Shalom Adawan Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Barakatah checking in from Newark, Delaware.
Okay, Most High in Christ. Shalom, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Barakatah. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue, okay, with the characters and sounds, okay? 22 characters and sounds that make up the Hebrew language. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, and ya, okay?
Ooh, it's like a lot of sheep.
That's what I was gonna say. Like this, we're called the lost sheep, okay, of the Most High. And our language during there defines that, the language that we speak, okay. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, sound like sheep, okay. But that's how Black people talk, okay. That's our spirit. That's who we are. And there's no need in trying to change your spirit, okay, to fit into this society, okay? Let's go ahead and create our own society within a society, okay? There's many different worlds in the earth, okay? So now there's the Black world, there's the white world, there's the Chinese world, okay? There's the sea world, the basketball world, okay? We in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we're creating the world of the lost 12 tribes, okay? And we're taking everything back and we're teaching our people how to live in this earth, okay? Because we've been lost and we don't know how to live. We don't know smoking weed goes against our, culture. Being gay goes against our culture, okay? Eating whatever you want to eat goes against our culture. So we have to teach our people this. We have to raise up these dry bones, okay? And that's what the job that, I've taken on, I've been commissioned to do. Officer Thurman Young has been given to do, and all the men in the Israelite school and the women Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, okay? The truth starts right here, okay? So again, okay, so we are at the Yah, okay? Yah, okay? And this is the symbol for the Yah in the ancient Hebrew, okay? The Yah. okay? That's the Yah in the ancient Hebrew, okay? In the Assyrian, it will look like this, okay? Okay? So that's the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 characters, okay? We got 12 more characters to try to run through real quick, and then we'll get into these words and how to read and read and write these words, okay, and put these characters to use, okay? Show us how we communicate with each other, okay? So I'm going to take these words, these sounds down in these characters, and we'll continue on, okay? The next one we'll start with will be the ka, okay? The ka.
Man, when is the truth?
Yes, sir.
And the chalkboard clean.
Yeah. I try to keep the board right, you know what I mean? Try to keep my equipment right.
You just told me something.
Oh, no, yeah, go on. We got a small board right there. That was our first board. It was kind of too small, though. I don't know if you want to maybe sometimes you can, if you want to do the class or whatever, you put the board up or whatever. It's, I'm just letting you know, so you take the board if you want to, use it or whatever. Okay, so we're going through the Hebrew characters and sounds, okay? The ancient and the Assyrian, okay? Okay, so we're going to pick up with the ka, okay? The ka, okay? The ka, okay? The ka, okay? And this is the symbol for the ka in the ancient, okay? That's the ka, okay? Okay? We're putting the ancient on the top and the Assyrian on the bottom, okay? So the symbol for the ka in the Assyrian would look like this. Okay? That's the ka, okay? Okay, and then we have the la. Again, this is one of the easier ones to remember because it looks, this is a symbol that we grew up seeing and, knowing, and it looks just like it sounds, okay? The la, okay? The la. The la. That's the symbol for the la, okay? In the ancient Hebrew. In the Assyrian, the symbol for the la sound would look like, hold on, let me go back one step, okay? The ka, okay? The ka, like Officer Itazar brought out earlier, in the Assyrian, if you have the ka at the beginning of the word or in the middle of a word, okay, this is the symbol that you'll use. But if that ka is at the end of a word, okay, then your symbol will look like this. Okay? This is the ka sound. If the ka sound lands at the end of a word, okay? This is the symbol you'll read. This is the symbol you'll see. This is the symbol that is associated with this sound, ka, okay? If you're reading the ancient, this is the symbol you'll see. Okay, the Assyrian, this is the symbol you'll see if the word or the sound is in the beginning or in the middle of the word. If it's at the end of the word, you're gonna see this symbol, or you'll use this symbol if you're writing the Hebrew, okay? The Assyrian Hebrew. This is the ka symbol, okay? Okay, and then we have the la. This is the symbol for the la, okay? La. The symbol for the la in the Assyrian is going to look like this. Okay, that's the la. Okay, then we have the ma sound. Ma. Okay, the ma. Okay, In the ancient Hebrew, the ma will look like this. Okay, that's your ma sound. Sharatazar.
Come on, sir.
Yeah, I know you're in the class, so if you got anything you want to say at any moment, you know what I mean, like just go ahead and get it in.
Kanawaka.
Yeah, you in here with me, so just anything you got, just go ahead and jump in.
Kanawaka,
Okay.
sir.
All right, so we're at the ma sound. Okay, this is the symbol for the ma. Okay, and I was talking to the brother earlier, and he was saying how, his son is like such he has a zealous spirit for the Lord. Okay, and these laws, statutes, and commandments, and our heritage, and everything that we're supposed to be doing. He's trying to learn it and know it. It reminded me of Yahushua when he was young. You know what I mean? They found him in the temples, okay, learning and studying, okay, so he could be a diligent servant to the Lord. And I told the brother, I said, man, that's hardcore, that's heavy. This little son is wanting to learn these laws, statutes, and commandments, and what to eat, how to dress, all these things like that. And I said, look, part of that is this language, okay? So as men and women in this truth, okay, what we need to be doing is teaching our children, okay, these laws, statutes, and commandments, but also this language, our culture. This is important, okay? I know there was a study that said, it only takes like a couple generations to learn a different language, okay? To totally be embraced and learn and be in a different language. And if we start right now, we start teaching our children, this language, okay? Next generation, after this one, we will be reading and writing this language second nature. You know what I'm saying? It'll be second nature, and it won't be nothing to us. It'll be our language, okay? And that's the whole point of this class. That's the whole point of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, to change how we live in this earth and things that we're doing to come back to the way our power intended us to live, okay? Eat, drink, and speak, okay? All right, so we're at the ma sound, okay? If you're looking at it in the Assyrian, okay, the ma is going to look like this, okay? Okay, that's your ma symbol, okay, in the Assyrian. Okay, now, if you're looking at this ma sound and you hear this ma sound at the end of a word, and you're reading the Assyrian, you're going to see a different symbol, okay? The symbol that you're going to see for that ma sound, if it lands at the end of a word, is going to look like this, okay? Okay, that's the ma symbol. If it lands at the end of a word, okay, it's going to look like this, okay? Okay, so ma, this is what it look like and you're reading the Assyrian, and the ma sounds at the beginning or in the middle of a word, and then also if it's at the end of a word, this is what you'll see. Sharatazad, if you would.
Come, sir.
If you would, go ahead and give me some words on deck, okay, that will show the difference. Give me some words where, you know what I mean, we can see the difference if this character is in not just this one, but any characters, okay? That we'll be able to give them some words and show them if this symbol is in the middle of or sound is in the middle or in the beginning of a word, you'll see this, or if it's at the end of a word, you'll see this, okay? Give me some words on deck. It don't have to be the ma, it could be the ka or the na or the pa or the taza, okay? But give me some words on deck, that we can show this difference, okay?
Come.
Yes, sir.
With the ma, you show the difference with my name.
Okay. We'll
My name got both. It got both of the ma.
Most High Christ. We'll get it, sir. Most High Christ. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. So, right, that's a good example. Like it's 2 Ma's in there, right?
Yeah,
that's perfect. You know what I mean? So then you can see the Ma in the middle, and then you'll see the Ma at the end. Okay,
right.
so that's perfect. We'll get into that in a minute. But Sharatazar, if you would give me a couple more words, okay? Can you get the brother in, or do I have to do it?
I think the brother, he just got it. I think he's got to click the link. He's probably not ready yet.
Oh, well, hold on. Okay, there he is right there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there it is. All right. Shalom. Y'all about Shim Y'all Shah Barakatah. Young man Chance in the building, getting it in live with us, okay? Most High in Christ. What's going on, brother?
Shalom, sir. How about Shem Yahshua Barakatah?
The thug, right? Most High in Christ, okay? So we're going to go ahead and continue, okay? This brother has been in the class, you know, he's been consistent in the class for, you know, I don't know, the past few months or whatever. So I'm sure he's probably a little, you know, familiar with what I'm saying, okay? But we'll go ahead and continue on, okay? Okay, so the next sound in the Hebrew language is going to be the na, okay? The na sound, na, okay? The na, okay? And the symbol for the na is going to look like this, okay? That's your na sound if you're reading it or writing it in the ancient Hebrew, okay? In the Assyrian, okay, your na is going to look like this. Okay. Okay, that's your na sound in the Assyrian. Okay. Now, the same thing with the ka and the ma. The na has a different symbol if it lands at the end of a word. Okay. So if you're reading the Assyrian, like we're going to be doing tomorrow, okay. And you know, I really encourage everybody in the class to, you know, get in the class tomorrow and pull up your app and follow along as we're reading it, because if you follow me and the other brothers as we're reading it, it'll help you be able to read also, because it's just, you have to come, you know, used to putting them sounds together. It's not like the English language, okay? It's the ma, na, God, you know what I mean? Like, so if you looking at the word and you hear us sound it out, you'll say, oh man, that's it right there. You know, it kind of gives you an idea of how to read it. We're reading the word for you, okay? All you got to do is just follow along and you'll see how we're putting it together. And after a while, for you, you'll just flow. You'll know how to put those sounds together, okay? So I encourage, if you're in the class tonight, jump in class tomorrow, follow along with us, and, you know, we'll show you how to get down, okay? I'm pretty sure Officer Tamayan will be running the Sabbath service tomorrow, okay? And he's a good reader, and he's going to show you how to get it, okay? You know, last week when you did the reading, I was like, God, this brother is, you know what I mean? Like, because the way you say the sounds and put them together, it's this, you know what I mean? Because I hear you like, blah, 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 blah. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it's supposed to sound, you know what I'm saying? I remember thinking that to myself while you was reading, okay? So,
Believe it or not, babies come out speaking Hebrew.
yeah, they come out,
Mama,
da, you know what I mean? Like, don't sound like you. Wow, I never thought about this.
they come out speaking Hebrew.
And then, right, and then we change it. We push something else on them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like, that's important, like what you just said. That's, you know, crucial, because we should be teaching our children their language, their true, you know, way of speaking in the earth, okay? Because speaking the English language is so unnatural to us. It's a chore to learn this language as, you know, a child growing up, okay? And then we take it a step further, the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who want to be good Americans, and they really, you know what I mean? Like, they try to speak better English than, you know, the oppressor who came up with this language, you know what I'm saying? So,
You know, also, if I may,
yes,
that English language is the last language on earth. that was to come out. And it's like a mixture of so many other languages. It's not genuine. It's
right.
not authentic. It's
Come.
a bastard.
You're right. It's a mixture of a lot of different languages. And a lot of it, you know, they actually got from our language. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Like, look at this law. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? The ma, all that. You know, they got, this is the original language in the earth, okay? And it's the language of the chosen people of God. People that God chose to run the earth and rule the earth. This is the language that, you know, we will use of doing that, okay? Go ahead.
So like I said, we got Eliyahu bin Yusuf, Shalom Yahaba, Shem Yahweh Barakathum, young man reporting from Puerto Rico. So the name, that name is Yiddish. That is not Hebrew. The Eliyahu bin Yusuf.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's the brother's name. I mean, like, you know, there's no need, you know.
No. I'm just letting him know.
Yeah,
that's the brother from Honduras right there.
Right. Hey, Shalom, warrior. How about Shem Yahweh Barakatah?
Shalom Yahweh. It's the trooper.
Okay.
All right, we got.
If I may, let's pull this picture up, man. Welcome this brother, you know, real right. You know what I'm saying? This brother's first time in
Most time Christ, give him a hand, you know what I mean? Yeah. Welcome to the class, brother. Okay. Most time
going on, true. So we got
if I may, real quick, I don't think we can hear you, brother. I don't know if you got to fix something with your microphone, but when you just spoke, we didn't hear you.
Go ahead, Sharatazar.
All right, we got Quatazar says, Salakia Adawan, can you tell me the name of the app Baba Kushah?
Okay, Most High Christ. You know the app, Sharatazar. Go ahead and give it to him.
Khan. So it's gonna be the BLB. It's the Blue Letter Bible. The BLB. That's the name of the app. And when you get on there, you wanna go in your settings and get you the KJV, King James Version Bible. And also you want to go ahead and you want to get it's going to say WLC, and that's going to be the Hebrew.
Sure. Okay, Most High Christ, the water. If you would, go ahead and maybe put it in the chat, Sharatazak. Okay, spell it out. Let them, you know what I mean, give them a more solid idea and, you know, on what it is. Okay, that's the app that we use. Okay, that's the most popular app in the nation. Okay, that we use. Okay, and that's the app that, you know, we'll be using tomorrow as we're reading, okay, and deciphering the Hebrew language tomorrow in the Tanakh. Okay, reading our records of what we did, how we did it. Okay, things we should do, things we shouldn't do. That's our history. Okay, that Bible is not a religious book. It's our history book. It's about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay, so go ahead and pull that up if you would. Put it in the chat and let them know what it is. And that's where we'll be at tomorrow. Okay, Most High in Christ. Okay, so back to the sounds. Okay, and symbols. Okay, we're at the na sound. Okay, this is the na. If you're using the ancient Hebrew and the Assyrian, this would be the na symbol. Okay, for the na sound. If you're reading the Assyrian, and like we were saying earlier, just like the ma. Okay, the ma. This is the symbol that you'll see if the sound is in the beginning or in the middle of a word. Now, if that ma sound is at the end of a word, then you'll see this symbol, okay? Same sound, different symbols, okay? Now, the na, that rule also applies, okay? So the symbol you'll see with the na will look like this, okay? Okay? Okay, so now you'll have to get used to reading this language, because as you can see, the ka and the na, if those symbols in at the end of a word, they kind of look alike. Okay, So you'll have to get, you have to learn to distinguish between this symbol and this symbol, okay? The sounds that are related to the symbols, okay? Because they kind of look alike, okay? They both have that long vertical leg, okay? At the end, down here, okay? But this is the horizontal line is a little shorter with the na than it is with the ka, okay? Okay, so that's the na sound, okay? So now we're at the sa, okay? This is the sa, okay? This is the sa sound, and this is the symbol for the sa, okay? If you're reading the ancient Hebrew, this is the symbol for the sa sound, okay? If you're reading it in the Assyrian, okay, this is what the sa will look like, okay? It's gonna look like, okay, we're gonna do like that, okay? Circle with a little tail at the top of it, okay? That's your sa sound, okay? That's your sa sound if you're reading it in the Assyrian, okay? So now we were at the I sound, okay? The I. Now this sound is the only sound that is like a single sound. There's no ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta. This is just I, okay? So this is the only sound that is like a singular sound, okay? Right. I, okay? And the I, okay? The sound for the I, the symbol for the,
Going Greek on me.
okay? The symbol for the I, okay, is going to be, if you're reading it in the ancient, it's going to look like this. Okay, that's the I sound. Now, if you're learning both of these, which is encouraged to learn the ancient and the Assyrian, so you might get these two confused when you're first learning, okay?
Right.
But the I is just a straight circle. This is, real quick, this is what Adam saw. This is like all of these symbols at the top is what Adam saw, and he depicted it, and he used picture. It's like a picture graph. This is what, he was able to communicate using pictures, basically. And those pictures became our symbols, what we call today symbols, okay, associated with the sounds. And this is basically an I, okay? So this is the I. And like I said, if you're just learning this language and how to read the ancient and the Hebrew, you may get these two. You might want to see this one and say I, but that's not I, that's a sa, okay? That's the sa, okay? So with the I, if you're reading the Assyrian, okay, the I is going to look like this. Okay, that's your I if you're reading the Assyrian, okay? Okay, now we're at the pa sound, the pa, okay? Pa. This is the pa. It's the symbol for the pa sound, okay? That's your symbol for pa if you're reading the ancient Hebrew, okay? Okay, that's the symbol for the pa sound. Now, if you're reading it in the Assyrian, it's gonna look like this, okay? Okay, that's gonna be your pa sound, your symbol for the pa sound. And again, the rule that we had over here for the ka, ma, and the na, you're also going to have that rule for the pa, okay? So if you're seeing the pa at the end of a word, it's going to look like this, okay?
Right.
Okay? That's going to be your pa sound if it's at the end of a word, okay? And again, all three of them, they resemble each other, okay? So you just have to get used to differentiating between the three, okay? Or what have you.
Right.
Okay? Okay, so now we did the pa. Now the next sound is the taza. 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 Okay? This is, okay, this sound has, you know what I mean, more than one, you know what I mean, sound to it. It's taza, okay? Taza, okay? The sound taza. Okay? Taza. Okay? Taza. And this is the symbol for the taza if you're reading the ancient Hebrew. Okay? That's your taza. Okay? Taza. Now, if you see that sound in the Ankh or the Assyrian, okay, the symbol that you'll see for that is going to look like this. Bubbity. Let's see. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. That's your symbol if you're reading the Assyrian for the taza sound. Okay. In the Hebrew, it will look like this. Taza. Okay. And what you want to do is try to get used to seeing the symbol and knowing the sound. Okay. It's just like any other language. Okay. This is the original language. Okay. So this is the taza symbol if you're ancient Hebrew. Okay. Taza symbol for the Assyrian. Okay. Now, the rule for the ka, ma, na, and pa also applies to the taza. Okay. So the symbol you'll see for the taza, if it lands at the end of a word, it's going to look like this. Did I do that right? No. Okay, that symbol at the end of the word is gonna look like this. Okay, that's your taza if it lands at the end of a word, like Shara taza.
Right.
That's Officer Shara taza. Okay, that's the taza. Okay, okay, so that's the taza. Now we're at the qua sound, okay? Qua. The qua, okay? The symbol for the qua in the ancient will look like this. That's your qua. In the Assyrian, the qua is going to look like this. Okay? Qua. That's your symbol for the qua. Okay? That's your symbol for the qua. That's the symbol that makes the qua sound. Okay? Now we're at the ra. Oh, I ran all the way on that one. It's okay. All right. All right. Hold on. Okay, the qua. That's your qua. Okay.
Not a. If I could, I was going to emphasize.
Right.
It's not a pa.
Right.
Or a ra.
Right.
Even though it looks like it could be.
Right. So I know it's going to be so easy for us to just like I said earlier with the sa. You see that circle, you're going to think ah. You're going to think ah. You know what I mean? So, even with if you're reading the Assyrian, see that I symbol looks like the taza symbol. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we'll just you have to spend at least, you know what I mean, a few minutes every other day, just at least writing these symbols and sounds. And that's the only way you're gonna learn. Like when you were in kindergarten, you had to learn a new language. You had to learn the oppressor's language, you had to take it home and study. You had to say it, you know what I mean? Like you had to practice it. And that's how you became efficient in reading and writing the American language. And the truth, we're like children. We come in here and we got to change our lives and we got to start all over, okay? Submit yourself, you know what I mean? And learn all over again. And not think that you know every goddamn thing.
Right.
Okay? You have to humble yourself, okay? And like being willing to do that is just showing your God, your power, that, you know what I mean, you care about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and what he gave us, okay? Okay, so we're at the qua sound, okay? And the next sound is gonna be the ra, okay? The ra. Ra, okay? The symbol for the ra is gonna look like this if you're reading it in the ancient Hebrew. That's the ra sound, okay? If you're reading it in the Assyrian and you see the ra symbol, okay, is gonna look like this. Okay, that's your ra. Okay, you see this symbol? That's the ra sound. Okay, ra. Okay, now we're at the sha. Okay, the sha. Okay, we're at the sha sound. Sha. Sha. Okay, okay, the symbol for the sha is gonna look like this. Okay, this is your sha sound. Okay, sha. Okay, if you're seeing it in the Assyrian, it's gonna look like this. Okay, that's your sha sound. Sha. Okay. Last but not least is the th. Okay, the th. The th sound. Th. Okay, it's not the t, but it's the th. Okay, okay, the symbol for the th would look like this. Okay, that's your th sound. I forget what that one was.
What do you mean?
What Adam, what he saw when he came up with this?
It was sticks.
Sticks, okay, yeah, a couple of sticks laying on the ground, okay. This is your th sound, okay. In the Assyrian, okay, the th is gonna look like this. Okay. That's your
foot.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. The water. You can do it like this. You know, there's a couple different ways you do it in the handwritten version, which is more like that. Like it has like a hook
Divot.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Right. That's usually the way I write it. I don't know why I just don't. This looks easier, but for some reason I always write it like that. So, all right. So those are your sounds. Okay. Those are the 22 sounds and symbols. Okay, that are associated with the Hebrew language. Okay, so right now what we're gonna do, okay, we're gonna show you a version, okay, of what we said about these sounds in the middle of a word or at the end of a word. Okay, okay, if you would, Itazab.
I would.
Come on up and you can go through and illustrate Officer Tamayan's name, okay, and show them how that ma in the beginning, I mean in the middle and also at the end is that ma sound is gonna look different, okay?
In the ancient.
Right.
So I got it.
You can write it. I would have you write it in the, the ancient and in the Assyrian. Okay, put it up in the ancient and in the Assyrian. and show them how that word would look. Okay. The water. Oh, Slaki, go ahead.
I got a word for you.
All right, just hold on to it.
Kanuka.
The water. That's it. Oh, most high Christ. The water. Son.
Yeah.
The water.
It's
son.
not it's not sweet.
Nah, it's okay.
Yeah.
The water, son.
Ain't shit sweet. It's like. All right. So Thamayam, Officer Thamayam, would you mind saying what your name means?
Oh, you stop.
Huh?
You gonna stop me, man.
All right. This is not nobody's name. I'm just write it up here, right? The Ma Young means perfect, or perfecto in the
I thought it meant Lake
other
Worth.
bastard tongue. All right, but the other bastard tongue.
Sharatazar.
Oh,
What'd you say, Sharatazar?
I thought his name meant Lake Worth.
Lake Worth. He's from Lake Worth.
his name means raw beer.
The raw.
All right. So, all right. Ancient. So perfect in the Hebrew, in the ancient Hebrew, would be. Sorry.
No, I was like, I was just gonna say, kind of, you know what I mean, like let them know that, you know,
Right to left.
Yeah, left to right.
Okay. Left, right to left, right to left.
Slaki.
All right, so we're writing right to left. You know what I'm saying? The English, as you see, is written left to right. But the Hebrew is written right to left.
Right.
All right, so we're starting over here. And we're starting with the. This is the thus. You know what? I'll put it up here this way.
Most high Christ.
The. Ma.
Hey, Slaki,
What's going on?
y'all said thought means sticks.
No, it doesn't mean sticks. But when Adam was drawing.
I thought it meant sign. Or sibling. It mean like sign, like a sign.
Okay, last time I checked, it was across the sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably,
The thought.
probably do it next week. I just don't like a bunch of sticks word.
We just got a bunch of sticks.
Cross sticks.
Yeah, I like that.
Like that shit
Oh, that shit off.
I got people that.
Okay, so
Pause.
ma. Nah. The bartender. I'm still young. What was the bartender? The ma. Ya.
It's like a word. You mixing the ancient with the.
Syrian, you right. You're right. I do that sometimes. The water catching. I do that sometimes, but by mistake. All right. It's because I really prefer the ancient, but I be getting confused sometimes. The ma ya ma. All right. This is the ancient Hebrew. When you put them together, you get the ma yum. Okay?
You know what I mean? Talking about putting that AO in.
Okay. Select it. So now we got the connector connecting the ya and the ma. So what happens is we no longer will pronounce the ah at the end of the ma, right? Like we have ta. You have ma, right? Like this is the ma, and then yam. So we remove the
You want to say I want to say A.
A, you're right, Salaki. We remove the A off of the ma. So now we have the, ma, yum.
Right.
With no A. Okay?
Right. It's all about the sound. Okay, the sound you make when you're saying those words or those pronouncing those characters.
You ever did a breakdown on the Assyrian and why it's like that?
Why is like what?
Why it's different than ancient?
We never really went in depth on it, but you know what I'm saying?
It's basically it's a bridge language because the Assyrians can understand our language, just like a damn thick ass Jewish man can understand our language. That's why when you read the Hebrew, you see all the dots and slants. That's their way of bridging their language to our language. That's why you'll see many shit, all that garbage. They actually add German or whatever language to the Hebrew,
Right.
and that's the Assyrians add their language to ours.
Right.
So it's a bridge language.
And I know, I was trying to look it up and study those dots and slashes.
Yeah, it's called, if you look it up, it's called, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, it's called the Qud. The Qud. It's a way of them bridging their language to our language.
Right. And yeah, they like the way, I forget the word. There's a word they use to describe how they pronounce that language. And it's almost, I just remember the definition was like them singing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, they
like
sing. Oh.
Yeah, right. Like they don't, the way they use the language, it's like singing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're saying they cut off the airway, do this and do that.
Oh, wait.
Just like you sing in that
Opera or whatever?
No, in the place.
Oh, yeah, in the synagogue.
Right. When they read, they're like,
Yeah.
It's like singing.
You ever seen that?
It's like Satan.
Yeah. You ever seen that? You ever seen them do like a bar mitzvah or whatever? And then like they got the kid up there reading the Hebrew. He's like, like with some other weird ass. I don't know. I don't know. No flavor at all.
Dots and slashes actually tell them how to high pitch and low pitch, and you know.
It's like him.
Yeah. That's what they. Yeah. I think that's one of the words.
Yeah. If you look at it, you ever read music? You ever read music?
Right.
Yeah. The hymns are the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
The hymns just see it
Yeah.
in the books.
Yeah. They got dots and
Right.
all type of stuff that do the same thing, mean the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but right now,
Huh?
you go ahead and explain that, like how you see Kamayom,
Right.
you'll see
Dots and
change that model a little bit more. I mean, it's all good, but you'll see the two miles in the name.
You know what I mean?
You also see the 2 miles in Bayonne, which is water.
You got all types of dashes and dots and slashes and slots.
Yeah. When you read the Hebrew, man, just know that.
Yeah, I like I was bringing up earlier. I really like the way you read it because it's just straight to the, you know what I mean, straight to it.
Have y'all
Hey, act this up.
Come on. Go ahead, sir.
Lucky, I got another word.
All right, let him finish this one. Go ahead.
No, well, I think you bring at this point. I say what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Go ahead and break it down for Mike.
All right, okay, come on. So now we have the Assyrian, all right? This is the Assyrian. We have the ma, the ya, and the ma. All right? Which means perfect. And again, we're going to drop the A from the ma at the end. So now we have the, ma, yum. You understand? When you read it as the, ma, yum. There's no A at the end. So you don't pronounce that. You don't pronounce it as ma. You pronounce it as yum. Right? So Tamayam. That's how you write it in the ancient. You understand? You want to always go to your chart. You know what I'm saying? If you don't see it, aren't familiar with these characters, always go back to your chart. This is why Officer in the shop was letting you know. You know, if you don't have this chart at home, you definitely want to get with your officer or captain and get this chart. You know what I'm saying? This is a good study tool to have. So you look at this chart and you see the thumb right here. That lets you know that's the thumb. Same here. You see the thumb, we know that's the thumb. We have the ma right here. You understand? And this is in the middle of the sentence. So we use this one here. The one at the top. All right, this is the standard character that we use for the ma. We have the ya right here. So you want to refer to this chart. You have ya here. And then at the end, we have a different ma. It's not the same as the one we use as standard. Right? This was at the end, so we're going to use this ma. You understand? And this ma kind of looks like the sa, but you have to know the difference. You see, this sa is more circular. The ma is more like a square or a box. So you gotta pay attention when you're reading the Assyrian, because some characters may look very similar. You know what I mean? Even in the ancient, some of these words might look similar, like ma and na, right? Or ha and maybe ka, right? So you gotta be very diligent, know what you're reading. This is what the sa looks like, and this is what the ma looks like. And you're only going to see this version at the end. All right, so that's why we have it here in the Assyrian for Tamayam. Right? Got the ta, the standard ma, the ya, and the ma that goes at the end. All right?
Also on the show. Yes, sir. Have you ever talked about how the language became from the Lashawan Qadash to it's called Hebrew now? Like in the scriptures, like why it's called Hebrew?
Ibar.
Barry. Like you never brought that out of class. You never heard about it? No, I don't think so. I don't know that.
I heard about it, sir.
Is that Warrior?
I know about it.
Nobody? I know Levi knows that. Go ahead,
Go ahead and bring it out, Warrior.
No, I mean, you could bring it up. I mean, I was just saying I know about it.
No, Warrior, go ahead. I want you to go ahead. Go ahead, Warrior. Say the scripture. Do your thing.
Con, you want the scripture?
Yeah, do your thing, Warrior.
No, I was just saying, okay, cause basically Eber was in Genesis he kept the original language.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Say again, sir.
Look at Genesis chapter 10 and chapter 10, I think, verse 25. But you right, though. Give him a hand. He's right. He's on point. I'm right. This is very important to know. Because these young devils they'll be like the Babylonians had the first language. I mean, or they had the first recorded language, according to documents, and all this garbage. When the Hebrew was the first language on earth, man, everybody spoke Hebrew in the Bible. All right? But what happened was these nations came together against the Most High, which they're doing right now. Right. When they come against us, and the Lord said, "I ain't having that." Right. All right. And how they came against the Lord? The first skyscraper, the Tower down. Right. The first skyscraper. But now they got many skyscrapers now, symbolizing Babylon and how they are against the Most High. Right. But
I got the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 22. The children of Shem, Elam, and Ashur, and Aphoraxad, and Lud.
Now, a lot of Hebrews on this earth. right?
Right.
The Hebrews got cut the hell off. Including the white man, he's the Hebrew. Got cut the hell off though.
I don't think they can really hear you that well.
Okay.
I can face the microphone to us.
We do that. Yeah, but the white man was the Hebrew. The Chinese man is the Hebrew. The Japanese man is the Hebrew. They got that Arab man on every corner store in your neighborhood. You know what I mean? Selling you all the Black Miles and ELs and whatever. We smoke like Kush, the OG Kush. I don't know.
They got dispensaries now. You don't know what you smoke.
Yeah, he's a Hebrew because they came from Abraham, but they are not Israelites. They are not Israelites. Okay. But go ahead, Ward.
Come. Verse 22. The children of Shem, Elam, and Ashur, and Apharazad, and Lud, and Aram, and the children of Aram.
Aram. Have you ever heard of Aramaic?
Yes.
It's like I spoke Aramaic. That's Aram. Okay. Go ahead.
Come. And the children of Aram, Uz, and Hod, and Gether, and Mash, and Apharazad begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber, and unto Eber were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided.
In his days the earth was divided, but they kept the language. So that's why it was called Hebrew, because they kept the language.
Sorry, sir.
Go ahead, Ward.
So in that day that the earth was divided, it's talking about when the Lord gave them different languages.
That's right. Correct. Okay. And that's the scripture you should pull out when people ask about the Hebrew. All right, because the white man, he got his little slick ways of calling our language Phoenician. I mean, you know what Phoenician is, right? Canaanite. They clued us with the Canaanites. They got big slick ways of trying to make the Hebrew look like it's nothing. Right. All right, man. That bring out stuff like this. Adam spoke Hebrew. Everybody spoke Hebrew before the split. Right. You know what I mean? The time was down. Go ahead, Ward.
Okay.
We know that. Drop that.
Okay. So that was Genesis chapter 10, verse 22 through 25. Or 20, yeah, basically 25.
Also, that language is important too, because that language is not just the language of the Hebrews. That's the holy tongue. That's the language of the angels too. A lot of people don't know that. That's why it's called the Lashawan Qadash, the holy tongue. Right. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, I know the Most High created all the languages, but this is the language that He prefers, right?
This is the language that the angels speak.
Okay.
Like we spoke to Adam. We spoke to Adam through the constellations and stars. Right. I don't know if y'all know that scripture.
Come on.
Okay, so he told Adam what to do. Adam looked at animals and things around him and took that pictorial vision and made the Hebrew language. You know what I mean? Through the wisdom of the Lord. All right, so it's very important that we keep this knowledge. I mean, it's very important that we know where it came from.
And if I could, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times we see similarities from the ancient to English. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way they write their A, basically like an I turned on the side.
Not only is that, if you look at the Greek language it exposes everything, because how the Greek language go? Alpha, beta, gamma, delta.
Yeah.
But delta says it all because delta got the same sign, the same triangle.
Yeah, it's the delta.
Yeah.
And then the D, the delta, I can write on this because it's like dry erase.
Block it, sir.
It is like a triangle if you think about it.
No, it is a triangle.
Yeah.
Delta is a triangle in Greek.
Go ahead, Shabbat.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, to add to that too, like Eber means past.
Right.
That's what Eber means. You know what I mean? During the Zionist movement, that's when they claimed it in 1948. and they claimed our language in 1948, and then they had our language until 1608. Then they published the Bible in 1611. I know Tamayam knows about that, the Zionist movement.
Right.
Yeah, but Yale University came, or what they said actually came. They said that the IHPK had the correct Hebrew. Yale University said that.
Yale said we have the correct Hebrew.
Yeah.
Right.
First. Yale. Your reverend school, the school that everyone reveres, you know what I mean? That everyone thinks is you're nothing unless you've been to Yale, or what's the other one? Harvard. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess smart white people know that we have the truth.
Smart white people. Anyway, if you would, go ahead and take that off the board and get with Rasta and go ahead and do the same thing with the word that he got lined up for.
Okay. Most High Christ. Also, Shirazazah,
Khan.
you say you had a word for us?
Yeah, I was gonna use the word heaven, Shemayim.
All right. Shemayim. Heaven, which is on earth.
That's what you brought out today, right?
Yes, sir.
It's all about you.
So, of course, he's out in West Palm Beach, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing it big like the UPK does. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. Holding camp. You know what I'm saying? This was one of the topics. You know what I'm saying? Heaven and hell. Let's go that one backwards. Heaven and hell. You understand? And heaven is a place on earth. It's not somewhere you go after you die. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you do not have to die to get to heaven. You understand? You do not have to die to get to heaven. Stop thinking that, you're not going to get any blessing from the Most High until after you're dead and gone from the earth. You understand? That is a plague on our people. That it makes us make dumb decisions in life because we think that we don't have to worry about anything on earth until we die. You know what I'm saying? Until our deathbed. This is why, right or wrong, you know what I'm saying? You got people who will confess to every sin that they ever committed when they're on their deathbed. They're not thinking about it while they're living. They're not trying to change their life while they're alive, or and try to be better for people while they're alive. They wait until they're on their deathbed. Oh, when I was 20 years old, I slept with your woman. Sorry, it was in the past. I was the one that stole that $50. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wait until they're dying to confess what they've done in hopes that this is what's going to get them into heaven. You understand? That's absolutely Christian, man. Like, the Christian church has failed us. They have lied to us. You don't die and go to heaven. You know what I'm saying? When you're on earth, you're living in heaven or you're living in hell. You know what I'm saying? And when you die, you're going to come back to this heaven or this hell. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to go and be under the earth burning forever. Your flesh you don't have a flesh to burn. So how can you burn forever? You know what I'm saying? And you can't walk in the clouds, so how can you go to the sky? You understand? Heaven and earth are right here on earth. I'm sorry, heaven and hell are right here on earth. It's conditions that we are living in, right?
Okay, good. Like what Captain y'all say today, you don't die and go to hell. You live in hell.
Right. And guess what? And you will die in hell.
Right. Live and die in hell if you don't keep these laws.
Yeah. And that's what we do here. That's what we do in this hell. We die. We get strung out on crack cocaine. You understand? We get strung out on marijuana. You understand? We rob and gang bang. We wear colors and say that we not brothers because we wear different colors. You understand? When we in the same goddamn hell. You understand? We in this. Go ahead.
I just want to bring out one scripture to prove that you don't die and get judged under a place under the ground and up in the clouds. Ecclesiastes 3:16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. What's under the sun, man? The earth, right? The earth is under the sun, and it says that that wickedness was there,
right?
In the place of righteousness. So wickedness and righteousness
are in the same place.
That judgment that judgment is that. Right. So that lets you know that the wicked and the righteous get judged on the earth. Right? And how is that possible? The Lord bring your spirit back. Man. He bring your spirit back, and if you didn't do what's right, you might come back eating out the garbage can or homeless man. You might come back retarded. Right. I remember the blind man in John. Right. They just said, who did sin? Yeah, the disciples, they understood this. Right? You don't get judged in this. Right. How can your soul burn? Right. I always wonder that. I said, you Christians tell me mine. Your soul, your spirit will burn forever. Right. Underground. But how can your soul burn when it's not flesh? Right. Does that make sense?
That's heavy because your soul, the same shape as your body. Because that's what they make it look like you. Yeah. Your body, your face, your, you know what I mean, likeness is gonna be in the ground, burning.
Don't say that. You're going to hell. This ain't going to hell.
Meanwhile, I never heard them say you going to heaven for that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, these are the same Christians. That hate a black man. You know what I'm saying? That support abortion. Right. That eat chew on swine and shrimp and crab and you know what I'm saying. And tell you Jesus know my heart.
Hey,
these are the same Christians that Jesus just knows so well, and they got the hotline number for Jesus Christ.
Heavy, though. That's heavy what you're saying, like because you doing wrong, and you say Jesus knows your heart. Well, yeah, he does. He knows you are selfish.
That's right.
Disgusting pig.
Right.
Okay? And you don't care about. You know what? You have no wisdom because you don't fear God. If you had wisdom, you would fear our God.
No, see, Christians, they tell God what to do.
Right.
I know that, for sure.
If I could, I didn't grow up, like, in the Christian church like that. You know what I'm saying? It's so rough. You know, I didn't hear all these things and witnessed all these things. You know, a lot of people did growing up in the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Like, it's just so heavy. You know what I mean? How we can, cut them and break down all the stuff that they do and say. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to the Most High and Commander General John.
Right.
Hey, go ahead and break down that last word. You did? You put it in Hebrew?
Hey, Salaki, Hebrew.
Go ahead, Shwatza.
You got a question in the chat.
Go ahead.
I got it.
So Wap says, animals' spirit go under the earth. Our spirit goes to the Most High, right? He's asking a question.
I know what he's referring to.
Go ahead.
I don't have the breakdown on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you have the breakdown on it, but I could ask Cap about it because I actually just saw that scripture today. Let me pull it real quick.
Why do an animal spirit go down?
Go down.
You said the animal spirit go down.
Yeah.
Why do your spirit go up? That's what he said, right? After the spirit goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm hearing him wrong.
No, it's a scripture. I know exactly. I know the scripture. I forget my phone. Just hold on. No, I got the precept.
But that's a common sense. That's a common sense scripture. Common sense scripture. Why did your spirit go up?
Because you are the Most High.
Do animal? Is an animal? But is an animal conscious like you?
Right.
Are they conscious?
Right.
No, they're not. Right. They're not conscious. That's why your spirit goes up and his spirit goes down. So we ain't got to go there. Yeah, we ain't got to go to that because the Lord, your spirit goes up and the Lord judges you because the Lord tests you. Right. You know what I mean? The Lord want to see if you're going to serve him. Okay, animals are not conscious like us. Right. Okay, that's why his spirit goes down and our spirit goes up. We have to be put on trial, not a beast. Right.
Come on, sir. If I could, sir.
Go ahead.
That's why it says in Genesis 1:26 that we have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowls and over the, you know what I mean? The cattle. We got dominion over them.
Who wrote that? So what? Should my vote?
He didn't have a scripture for it?
No, he didn't put the scripture in there.
Well, actually, do we have a scripture?
So what? If you could.
I
can't remember.
Right.
I remember.
Question, you should have the scripture.
Yeah, if you remember the scripture or if you're referring to a scripture, you know what I'm saying, if you could just put that in the chat, Baba Bashar. You know what I'm saying? Also, if I may, you know what I'm saying, let us know what zone you in. If I could.
Yeah, that's very important, man.
I think he said.
We got questions about the Bible.
Let me see.
Just in case if we don't know, we can ask Captain for y'all, and he can give us the answer later on.
Right.
So WAP is out of New York, Albany.
Is that the brother, the new brother? He's a trooper now?
Yeah, but this no. It's always best to pull the scripture. Just in case we don't know it, because we don't know everything, right? And we go to our captain and get the answer. But I know that scripture's in the Bible. I forgot where it's at. Right. I think it's Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, I think it's Ecclesiastes 3 and 10.
Same text as love.
Yeah.
That's Ecclesiastes. Let's get it.
I think it's 3 and 10.
Yeah, you're right. It's in Ecclesiastes chapter 3. You're right. Yep.
3 and 10.
Let's see. Yeah, 3 and 21.
3 and 21.
Start with 20 though.
Right. What do you say? Yeah, 3 and 21.
Yeah, but you want to start with 20.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 20. All go unto one place. All are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his portion. For whom shall bring him to see what shall be after him?
Right. So it's basically, animal don't get judged because the animal don't have a conscience. I mean, animal is not a conscious being like we are. That's why this spirit goes down.
Hey, what scripture was that?
Go ahead.
It was Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 20 through 21.
All right, the water.
Mm-hmm.
We run out of time. We're going to break that last one down,
Right.
that word, put it in the Hebrew and everything, and show them, the symbols and sounds, the difference between if it lands in the middle of the word or the beginning, and if it lands at the end of the word.
Okay. So again, similar to what we just spelled Thamayam, this is Shamayam. You understand? Which is heaven. So again, we got the Sha, the Ma, the Ya, and the Ma. Same in the ancient. Sha, Ma, Ya, Ma. Right? The Ya and the Ma are connected once again. So what do? Same thing as before. When these two characters connect, the A gets dropped off of the last letter. You understand? Unless it's like this word, if I may. Unless it's like this word. All right? Who can tell me what this word is? Because we know in this over here, we have this character, the A drops off, so it makes it Yum, right? We no longer have Yama, but now we just have Yum because these two characters connected. When we have a word like this, these two last letters are connected. What happens here? You understand? If anybody can answer me that in the chat or live. Oh, so let me bring Chance back in, man. You done fill out. You done left the truth. No, it's funny.
Salaki, sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, I'm having some trouble. So I know that one. That's Yahweh Shai.
This is your chance.
Thank
Salaki. I know, man. I'm sorry. I play too much. I'm sorry. Don't take. Listen, man. Come to me and be alone, Chance. What's up?
Salaki, sir, I was saying, I know that one is Yahweh Shai, correct?
Okay. Most time, get the brother in. Most time, pray. You understand? This word is Yahweh Shai. Oh, let me just write that. Left to right.
I know that one.
He said, I know that one. I know that's Yahweh Shai. Can't tell me. Yeah. Can't tell me nothing. Yahweh Shai. So, since we know that that's Yahweh Shai, what happens to this character at the end because it's connected to the Shah?
In the Aramaic?
In the ancient. Right?
In the ancient?
Yeah. What's this character?
That's the I.
And what's this character?
I'm sorry, which one are you pointing at?
This one.
Okay, now load it in. Okay, yeah, that's the Shah.
Right. So now, what happens in this word when these two characters are connected. We understand that this character loses the A pronunciation. So you don't pronounce the A in ma, right? What happens over here? What happens over here?
You take the A off of the sha, so it would be sh I.
Right.
All together.
That's correct. Most time correct. You know what I'm saying? That was a trick, man. I was trying to throw you for a loop. And you got right around it.
Hey, man, that's what you need, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
He gave you a chance.
So we got ya, ha, wa, sha, and I. Right? This is the sha, this is the I. And because these two are connected, this character loses the A. Instead of the last character, like in the ma, the character before that one loses the A, making it shy. Instead of shy, it's shy. You understand? It's connected. So good job. You know what I'm saying? You've been paying attention. Good. Zero behind me will be proud of you. You know what I'm saying? You've been in the class. You was in this class. You had to be in this class. Yeah. So good man, you know what I'm saying? So if I could, we're gonna end it with this. Yeah, all right, no sweat, you know what I'm saying? So this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You understand? It's the Lashawan Qadash class. Thank y'all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Catch us tomorrow for the Sabbath service where we'll be reading out of Tanakh, and you get to apply everything you learned in this class tomorrow. Right. Understand? And that's what you want to do. If you really want to retain the Hebrew, you want to participate. Even if you're not in the building, if you're not in school, pull up that BLB app, pull up your Tanakh, whatever you have, and read along with us. So that way you can put what you're learning to practice. And that way you retain. You have something?
Yeah, also, it's so important that whatever the shop teaches on Friday, you take home.
Right.
And study. If you ain't gonna learn this alphabet, you wasting your time. All right? Yeah. Wasting your time. So take all the notes that the shop gives you in this alphabet. I don't care if you have to learn like four letters a day. I mean, you have to learn the alphabet before you go any further. I mean, but after you learn the alphabet, it's on the pocket. Then you're gonna learn the code. Because our language have a code. Right. Our language is very straight and forward. It's none of that is and it. Right. I mean,
it's right. Like it's like, you know, how do I say? It's so primitive. Right. Our language is primitive. Like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, do you think we could do this? It's just do this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like I brought it out before. The oppressor language is feminine. Yeah, because he have to use a lot of words. Right. Women do that. Yeah. Okay. But men, we straightforward. You know, it's this. That's it. You know what I mean? Food multiplies. Right.
Damn right.
And good. Hey, keep your hand, man. I love that shit. I love that. Keep your hand. Before you go to class, okay. Let's get go to the Ecclesiasticus. The prologue. In the middle. Y'all read it before?
Kind. Yeah, I read the prologues.
Yeah, you go into that middle.
So, where it talks about
it tells you about how strong the Hebrew is. You know what I mean?
Tell you about Yahushua and Sirach and all that.
But it's a prologue. Like before you even get into the book of Ecclesiastes, right? It tell you that when you translate the Hebrew into another tongue, it don't have the same force because this language is weak. Yeah, go into the middle.
Oh, in the middle? All right, I think all right, so this is Ecclesiastes says the wisdom of Yahushua, the son of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, a prologue made by an uncertain author. Or it's like the prologue of the wisdom of Yahushua, the son of Sirach. In the middle, I think this is what you want. It says, for the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them.
Say it again.
For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them.
Because the Hebrew it's so strong, you know what I mean? And also in our language, it tells you what is masculine and what is feminine. You go into the blue letter Bible, okay? But our language is very, very dominant. But this English tongue, man, is watered down and weak. It's a mud bastard language, and I read mud.
Right.
It's German, English, French. It's mixed with all languages, man.
If I could,
Go ahead.
they call it a lingua franca.
Yeah.
A lingua franca, meaning this is the language that they use so all these other nations can communicate with each other. You know what I'm saying? So they had to dumb it down and extra expound on the things that they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Because in every other language, it's basically like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get it, too bad. So they came up with English and called it and it's been labeled a lingua franca, so that everybody around the earth can speak this language and understand each other. So yeah,
Right. Everybody, give me a hand.
So that's it. All right, come on. So, right. So you know what I'm saying? Study this Hebrew. Take it home with you. Study your notes, you know what I'm saying, throughout the week, not just tomorrow.
Right.
Study it throughout the week. Test yourself, you know what I'm saying? I remember when I was young and learning the Hebrew, I would make flashcards. I still got the flashcards to this day. You can ask out in the shop. You know what I'm saying? I still got those same flashcards, and I had to teach myself to study. You know what I'm saying? As much as black people don't like studying, I had to do it, you know what I mean? Because I wanted this language. It's my language. I'm taking it back. You know what I mean? So take it back. You know what I mean? And join us tomorrow at the Sabbath service. Sluggy, go ahead.
If you would, go ahead and, bring out, we're going to be having a cookout the second weekend of August. If any Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in the area are really free to come. And, what Cap say, free to tithe and all that, bring all that out.
All right, so yeah, also we are having a cookout. You know what I'm saying? Little small cookout for anybody in the Florida area or nearby. You understand? It's going down the second week of August, like the second weekend of August.
Yeah, what is it? The 12th and the 13th.
12th through the 13th. All right, and we gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna kick it, do it big like we do in Israel. You know what I mean? So if you're in the area, swing on by to 1628 Riviera Beach. You know what I'm saying? Avenue E. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to do something, sweet. You know what I mean? We're not having a cookout this year, so at least for the brothers that's nearby, we can get together and do our thing. You know what I mean? Of course, the smoker is gonna be smoking, and the barbecue gonna be barbecuing. You feel me? So slide through. Pay your tithes. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you pay your tithes. It's a law. You understand? So you do not want to be breaking the law. Support this truth. You know what I'm saying? Like and share this video. Also, Shiraz, help me out. What Cal Kahan be saying?
If you know we right, hit that like.
That's right.
If you care, share.
Right. And you know we live, so you need to hit subscribe. You understand?
Right.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? With that, man, Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Yajim Batah, sisters, you can saying? Men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters in the class. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Yahweh Shema, Yajim Batah. Okay, so what we just said was Yahweh, Shamar, Ayah, Basham. It's like Al Atan, Adhan, Bahasham, Yahushua. Yahushua. So what we said was the Most High watch over you in the name of Yahushua. All right. So with that, you know what I'm saying? Yajim that class dismissed.
Lord Christ. You got my speaker.
Outside, cause it's a war outside. I get it on outside. You in the crib, but the ball outside. I get it on outside. That's a definite. Cannonball, wrecking shit, excellent. Rhyme rockin', bombing like the president. I remain strong, King Kong with the prevalence. I show you exactly what we do. That's how I represent. Hardcore, heaven sent, chain on, hella bent, throwing all black when they spot me like the leopard print. Oh, I got the braids in, shades on, made men, cause we put in work to stop the earth until it cave in. Walk strong, talk heavy, hold my own. You rock solid when we bout to leave the sword, the stone. Nigga, we warriors, hardcore, tracking the pride. To let the Hebrew speak, nigga, general eyes. And we talk to super heavy, nigga, that's the surprise. With all scripture, street talk, word the captain the God. Nigga, we blazing, ripping the mic with all facts, doing the knowledge to the max. Till we cracking the pavement. UPK, out of one West Harlem, nigga. We spring forward and they falling like it's autumn, nigga. Talking to all them niggas born in the mud. If you ain't feeling this, you call them plugged, and that's real. Oh, I get it, cat tie, war, they not of our kind. I get the order that is handle kind, not the one kind. Without a doubt in my mind, I'm finna stop and recline. Anybody that come against us, they should probably resign. It's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. I hate these niggas throwing shots, but can they take some? Christ says, sell out your garments to get a sword now. I'ma go and sell off these polos to get a full pound. Game sure ain't started the war, but I'ma end it, cause the spiritual war could turn carnal any minute. I remember riding back in the days, window was tinted, but Salaki, I'm done with that carnal shit, I repented. And they bomb-proof the booth every time I'm about to go win it. You ain't know this shit, I live for this truth, and I'ma defend it. And I get my second wind just as soon these niggas get winded. It's a war going on outside, I'm jumping in it. It's a war going on outside, you in the crib, but the ball outside, I get it on outside. From the dusk to the dawn outside, so in the morning outside, I'm catching wreck when they drawn outside. Cause it's a war outside, my sword drawn outside. This Excalibur, you better be all outside. Cause it's a war outside, I get it on outside. You in the crib, but the ball outside, I get it on outside.
Nobody's safe, it's a war out here. If you pussy in the streets, you a whore out here. See me all suited up in my fallout gear. 762, slip your fucking car out here. No burner, I still a break your jaw out here. No fear, if you scared, get a motherfucking pit. Or sit up in the church, you a motherfucking bitch. I give you in the verse what I give you in a clip. It's 32 rounds of fire, it never quit. A lot of fuckery going down, so what's the purpose? Sick of hanging around these clowns, get out the circus. If you cross that line, then you get lit up. The worst is all black hearses, tinted with black curtains. Docs on site with medics and mad nurses. Leave us out your verses. You don't want that kind of war, ready for that bullshit. Kinda like a matador. Get this kind of focus, you gon' need some Adderall. Something just to lock you in behind them padded walls. They say I got some screws loose, and that's true too. Don't let me let them wolves through like it's a full moon. It's like I transformed the booth to a war room. Come up with a strategy, maximizing your calories. Courage of King David, battling like a Maccabee. Find out who you think that nigga walks to him casually. Then proceed to bar his life away rapidly. Take a knee for your majesty, take it, they hate it savagely. I try leaving rap alone, but I guess that this had to be. Keep you grounded like gravity in the field, but it's amity. Horror, I see calamity. Scar you up for my family. Mumble rappers be mad at me. Fuck them up in they faculty. They words sweet, sit in they mouth and causing cavities. Yeah, it's a war, but none of you suckers worry.
It's a war going on outside, you in the crib, but the ball outside, I get it on outside. From the dusk to the dawn outside, so in the morning outside, I'm catching wreck when they drawn outside. Cause it's a war outside, my sword drawn outside. This Excalibur, you better be all outside. Cause it's a war outside, I get it on outside. You in the crib, but the ball outside, I get it on outside.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on,
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it coast shit. As if they make the wrong move it coast shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. I'm on my way. Coming up on my bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket. Can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. So I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Keep on sobbing, got this bitch off the hand, got this juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, this is salt. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it coast shit. As if they make the wrong move it coast shit. Coming up on my
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's one west. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on his beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fucking scared some. Get the banging on his beat till my fucking head numb. Black block, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. Doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS. A mean right. That's mean right. We build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it coast shit. As if they make the wrong move it coast shit. See me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my